Now, it's exactly 1 year since the rugby league legend, our friend Rob Burrow, died of motor neurone disease.
Following his diagnosis in 2019, Rob transformed public awareness of the condition and raised huge sums of money to fund research into MND.
Well, 12 months on from his death, Rob's legacy has only continued to grow, with work continuing on a brand new treatment centre in Leeds, the home, of course, of his club, Leeds Rhinos. John Maguire has more for us.
He was often described as the best pound-for-pound rugby league player of his generation. But he was also a phenomenal pound-by-pound fundraiser. And the awareness he brought to the fight against motor neurone disease transcended not just his sport, but all sports.
It is amazing what you two have done, honestly. The amount of money you've raised and the profile you've done for MND is just phenomenal. It really is. And you should be so proud, both of you, of what you've done. It's completely elevated it to another level.
His name will live on, not just on the walls of the UK's first specially built MND centre that bears his name, but also throughout its DNA.
Rob's legacy is hugely important, and I think to have this centre for us as a family is somewhere that we can come and remember Rob, and to be able to share that with other families that are in the same situation that we've been in is incredibly special. And I know that Rob would be incredibly proud. He was so humbled, but I think to have this centre, to have the marathon, it's just part of it, Rob's legacy and the amazing work that he's done for the MND community. He was the face of the MND community in the most difficult of circumstances, but to have this, I think it really gives people hope.
3, 2, 1.
One of his final wishes was that work on the centre shouldn't be delayed, so the ceremony to begin construction took place as scheduled the day after his death. With almost £7 million raised, it's nearing completion here at Seacroft Hospital in Leeds, and Rob was there at its inception, visiting other locations to gain inspiration, ensuring patients and their families would be at the very heart of the design. Rob's family have been shown around, and his consultant has been another major driving force.
Rob's legacy is about courage and dignity with which he has lived his life with motor neuron disease. For changing the trajectory of the most cruel disease in the world. Oh my goodness, that is something really special. And yes, of course, there is a physical reminder here of Rob, and I think it's a centre for hope, and the MND community draws hope.
And now a round of applause in honour of the great Rob Burrow.
On Saturday, Rob's club, Leeds Rhinos, hosted Wakefield Trinity, where more money and awareness were raised. The talk on the terrace is not just the search for sporting success, but for a cure for MND. That's the difference Rob makes.
MND robs people of their voice, and it did with Rob. And that, by the way, was one of his best characteristics, his sentiment and his humour in the changing rooms. But his voice was almost louder in many ways. He'd be able to shout about MND and say, this needs support. For those who are supporting those living with MND, we need a cure, we need treatments, we need to build the Rob Burrow Centre for MND and other facilities like that that make that whole process a tiny bit more comfortable.
When the doors open to patients at the MND Centre later this year, they'll see his picture, read his words, and know that because of Rob, his family, friends and supporters, they'll receive first-class treatment. They'll make a journey no one wants to take, but will know others have gone before them and worked tirelessly to give them the best chance possible. John Maguire, BBC News, Leeds.
And the work continues. That momentum that Rob started himself continues. That centre will be open later on in the year. So all of the Burrow family working towards that, keeping that legacy going and keeping it going forever now.
With the same determination and the same energy and commitment that he had.
Which is phenomenal, isn't it?
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is.